Good evening. We are back with Sack to the Future 1980. This is the second game of the season that's broadcast. It is the St. Louis Cardinals visiting the Houston Oilers to open up the season. There you see Kenny Stabler. Unfortunately, you can't have just a little bit of hair. You have to either have all that hair or none coming out of the helmet. So that's what we got. But Kenny Stabler new from the Raiders. Jack Tatum's also here from the Raiders. So the Oilers last year made it all the way to the AFC Championship game as their defense just really stepped up in the postseason. They finally had their run come to an end against the eventual champion Pittsburgh Steelers. But a great run last year, 11-5 in the regular season. Defense played better in the postseason than it did in the regular season, so the prospects are high this year for the Oilers. Bum Phillips, 11-5. He's traded quarterbacks. Pastorini's out, and as you saw warming up, Ken Stabler is here to lead the team and try to get them into the Super Bowl. On the other hand, you have the St. Louis Cardinals. Last year, a disappointing 5-11 campaign, mostly an average-ish offense, a little bit below average on both sides of the ball, actually, but this year they're hoping to get better. Not much to say. Doug Marsh, the big rookie tight end, hoping to make an impact. Otherwise, it's this pretty similar team for the Cardinals, so not sure how they're going to do much better. But, the ball could bounce differently, etc. Maybe they can improve on that 5-11 record. But if you couldn't tell by the intro, I am favoring the Oilers for sure in this one. I am going to say the Oilers are, let's give them a touchdown. 1 touchdown point favorite. Now, of course, I picked Dallas to win by 4, and they lost by like 30. So take that as you will. But there is Jim Hart, still the quarterback of the St. Louis Cardinals. And he is hoping to start anytime this season. We're in week 1. Every team thinks they can win the Super Bowl, regardless of how funny that might sound to those that saw the teams play last year. Everyone's even again. So optimism is bright on all sides. Hart drops back, fires, he completes it to his receiver, Tilly. No, that was Marsh. That is the rookie tight end, Doug Marsh, his first catch in the NFL. And now Hart again. That time it's incomplete. So Hart completed the first one, second one incomplete as it was forced out. That time looking for Dave Stieff. But the Cardinals, a quick 3 and out, and they will punt. So the Oilers offense picking up where they left off in last season, 1979 postseason. And there is a long punt to White Shoes Johnson, Billy White Shoes Johnson. Not much of a return, though. So here is Ken Stabler, of course, very famous, already a Hall of Fame career on the Raiders. But now he's gone. The Raiders made some changes. A couple of them came here. Stabler and Jack Tatum came here to Houston. So let's see what Stabler will do. And he will just throw that into the ground. Cardinals came through on a all-out blitz, and Stabler just threw into the ground, not taking any chance on the first play of the season. Stabler drops back again on the second play, and this time he does take a chance, and it's picked off and returned all the way down to the 5-yard line. C.C. Allen with the interception. Great start for the Cardinals defense. And a disaster for Ken Stabler and his new team. Drops back, fires right to the defender, really. Allen had more of a chance to catch it than Burrow. Unfortunately, Burrow has to be... Sorry, no, that was Johnson. Johnson, of course, the correct 84, but Burrow, as you'll see, could not be 0-0 because Madden won't allow it. But there's a handoff to O.J. Anderson, and he is stuffed behind the line. Second and goal coming up. Hart in trouble, and down he goes. Down goes Hart. Big sack there. Look at this. He just, Colt comes through on one side, the other side. Who else but Alvin Bethea? Still getting it done. There's some aging going on here with the Oilers, but they are still getting it done on the defensive line. Hart gets some protection this time, but the coverage is good, and eventually it leads to a coverage sack. So back-to-back sacks, this time by Doris and Wilson. Combine on the sack, and the Cardinals go from first and goal to fourth and goal way back here at the 28-yard line. And now Donahue will come out for the field goal attempt from 45 yards, and it is good. So the Cardinals put 3 on the board off the turnover. They don't do anything with their offense, but they do get 3 points thanks to Neil O'Donoghue. And the Oilers will try again. Kenny Stabler cannot have a worse start to his new team career, but he can make up for it. Still a long season. I formation here. From the 25, they'll give it to Big Earl Campbell. Avoids 1 tackle and then gets tackled after gain of just 1. So a couple of fine running backs. Earl Campbell, of course, we all know how great he is. And then O.J. Anderson, an up-and-comer on the other side. But both good running backs. You would think we'd have some running yards in this one. That ball didn't look good coming out of Stabler's hand, but it is his first completion as he finds his tight end, Mike Barber. Oilers now from the Cardinals side of the field. There's a play-action pass. Stabler looking, turns and fires over everybody's head and out of bounds. So Stabler just 1 for 4 to start his career as an Oiler. There's a handoff to Earl Campbell, and he gets taken down with the legs. It's a good tackle. Good tackle made by the veteran. Two-year veteran, John Barfield. So the Oilers will punt again here. And that's a great punt, or is it? It is a phenomenal punt. What a punt. Punters sometimes get overlooked, as does special teams in general, but that was a heck of a punt by Parsley, and backing the Cardinals, who have done literally nothing but go backwards on offense. The ball 99 yards away from a touchdown. So, say the odds are greater that the safety happens than a touchdown, but we will see what happens. There's a quick handoff to the fullback. Whoa, nice. A little jump there by W.W. Morris. Leaps over a defender. Wayne W. Morris with a nice little athletic leap from the fullback position. And now there's a single back set. O.J. Anderson back there. They'll give it to him, and he will slam his head forward across the 10 to the 13-yard line. So the Cardinals get a little bit of breathing room. High formation now. And another give to Anderson, and he fights his way just back to the line, and that may be a gain of 1. Just being kind. High formation again, both receivers to the left. Hart dropping back. And we will just get rid of that with Oilers bearing down on him. Hart throws it out of bounds, live to fight another day. And that day is now 3rd and 9. Hart looking. O.J. Anderson picks up a delayed blitzer and gives Hart time to find his man Tilley. Pat Tilley with a 15-yard catch, first catch of the 1980 campaign. There you see, nice comeback route. Oh, looks like Tilley decided to catch that with one hand. A little bit of a show off there. Hart now, quick drop. Completes underneath. Jim Hart now getting into a little bit of a roll. That was Mel Gray on the other end of that. There's the handoff to O.J. Anderson, and nicely stopped in his tracks by the outside linebacker, Ted Washington. Hart now 3rd and 3, fires over the middle. That was a nice pass. Threaded the needle on that pass, and that is another first down earned. Marsh's second catch. Nice route by Marsh, but perfect throw by Jim Hart. Jim Hart, of course, in his 15th season, age 36. He has had a pretty good career, and he wants to keep it going, maybe with another chance of getting into the playoffs. So, of course, a little bit of clarification, since Sack to the Future was on hiatus for a long while. Might bear to repeat that this is still Madden, of course. So, teams that did not exist in the 80s, such as the Texans, Ravens, Jaguars, and Panthers, will be what we call semi-pro teams. This time they will be a combination of Canadian Football League players and some other recent retirees, such as John Riggins, I believe, is on the Jaguars. So we'll keep that the same as Sack to the Future history. Additionally, the divisions, Madden will not let you change divisions or anything, so these Cardinals are not competing with the Giants and Cowboys for a division title. They are actually competing with the 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks. So the Seahawks, of course, in the NFC, Cardinals in the NFC West. Modern day divisions, old school rosters, and somewhere in between as far as how they play. Try my best with the ratings. And a couple playbook selections here and there, but you can only do so much, and you can never use 2 custom playbooks in a franchise game, so it is what it is. And there you can see shotgun. I mean, at least it's 1980. It's not as bad as, playing early 60s ball with a bunch of shotgun plays. There's Hart just flinging it. The old man showing he still has some arm strength as he just throws it over everyone's head. And O'Donoghue's going to come out. This might be outside of his range. He's not the greatest kicker. And it is too far for him. Coach wanted to see. You might as well try in week 1. See how clutch your kicker can be, from what range. It was actually on target. So I think if he's 48 or in, then you can go to him. But 51 might be too much to ask. Stabler will fake it to Earl Campbell and then fire downfield and complete it. So Kenny Stabler's second completion. Once again, Billy White's Shoes Johnson on the reception. So just like that, the Oilers are threatening to get into field goal range. A minute to go here in the first quarter. And there's a handoff to Earl Campbell. He just throws number 78 off of him. 78, of course. Ron Jankowski just got a fistful of Campbell and fell on his butt. But they did stop him from getting the first down, so that makes it 3rd and 3. Stabler will let this go into the second quarter. He threatened to run a play, decided better of it. You see, the Cardinals ran off 20 plays in that first quarter, so an amazing amount of possession for the Cardinals. The Oilers trying to get some of that time of possession back here in the second quarter. Hand off to Earl Campbell. He needed 3, he got 2. So now a decision time. Decision time, first or second quarter of the first game of 1980. Bum Phillips is taking a look. He might wait for a measurement here. He's going to go for it. You got big Earl Campbell. You would think you could get a yard. Cardinals can really send a message to the league if they can stop him here. A little bit of motion. And they will give it. No, they will not. They fake it to Earl Campbell. They tried to get too cute, and I'm not sure why Bum Phillips played it that way. You got Earl Campbell, possibly the best runner in the league. Arguments maybe from Walter Payton, but not many others. And instead of giving it to him, you fake it to him. Maybe thinking that the entire Cardinals defense would assume you were going to give it to him and you could fake him out, but it did not work. Whatever the reasoning, it didn't work, and the Oilers defense, at least trying to bail Bum out again by getting a sack. 4th sack already. Wait, is that true? 4 sacks for the Oilers already. Wow. Hart to pass again, and he will throw it underneath and picks up, that's Mel Gray again. Gets half of it back, so 3rd and 8. Hart drops back. Anderson picks up the blitz, but the other guy, Bethea again, his 3rd sack already here in the first half. They're going to need to put some protection out there. Maybe throw the tight end on the other side and help your tackle. Anderson picks up the first blitzer, but then Bethea gets right around the left tackle and sacks Hart for the 3rd time. Here's White Shoes is going to get a chance. Gets about 8. Eight on the return. So anyone tuning in, if you want to leave a comment as far as did you watch 1980 football in real life, meaning you were alive and able to watch it? If so, you know, what kind of memories do you have from the season? Favorite team, etc. All that in the comments would be good to know. I, of course, am a Bears fan. I was 3 years old during this season, so I did not watch it live. 1980. Of course, the 1985 season is the one I'm looking forward to as a Bears fan. But 1980, at least, is when the Bears started getting good. So excited to start it here and go forward, like I said, at least through the 85 season, but who knows? Let's go ahead and do all the 80s and then see where we go from there. All right, so the Cardinals. Let's see if they give any help to the struggling tackle over there. George Collins having a hard time with Bethea. There's a quick throw. Quick throws will help. Steve with his first catch. He had a drop earlier. I mean, it was knocked out, so it's not like he just dropped it for no reason. But there's a handoff to O.J. Anderson. I was going to say this young running back, O.J. Anderson, hasn't done too much. They have given it to him 10 times. They've actually run more than pass. It's just when they do pass, they get sacked a lot. Hart, quick throw. And, oh, that's not good for the Oilers. That is not good. One of their best, if not their best defensive player, Robert Brazil. Hurting, shaking his head on the sidelines. 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals. They will give it to O.J. Anderson. He gets caught at the line for a second, breaks through that though, and gets down to the 36-yard line. Oh, we need to know. No injuries in the Thursday night game between the Cowboys and Bucks. So the first injury we see could be a very impactful one. Star linebacker from Houston on the sidelines. Hopefully it's just a stinger or so. And he's back before the game's over, at least for next week's game. But that's part of the game. Part of the game is injuries. So, in the real 1980 season, of course, there was injuries, which affects your injury rating, but Madden has a mind of his own. So I have played seasons where I set the guy's injury rating all the way down to 11, or as low as it can go, to signify that he's only supposed to make it through one game, and he's ended up playing the whole season, or almost the whole season, with just a minor injury where he got knocked out for a game. And then I've had other guys, such as with historical rosters, Brett Favre or something, who are never supposed to miss a game. So you give him 99 injury, 99 toughness, and Madden knocks him out for 5 weeks. So you can only do what you can do ratings-wise, but injury is a part of it. The likelihood of the actual people that were supposed to be injured getting injured, that's sort of like winning maybe not the big lottery, but at least winning, more than $20 on one of those scratch-offs. It's possible, but not going to happen too many times. 3rd and 9 now for Hart. Good job by the offensive line that time. He gets it out to the 10-yard line. Purposely threw it short of the first down, but I guess that makes the field goal easier. And the kick is good. And O'Donohue stretches the lead out to 6. So again, the team that I picked to win is losing. So the unpredictable Sack to the Future continues as such. Now, if you did follow Sack to the Future, the seasons we completed, 60 through 65, we are still in the 66 season, but with PlayStation's going to crap and life being busy and so forth and so on, has been paused for quite a while. Not deleted, though, because the finish of that season hopefully is coming at some point in time. But what I was trying to say is that you saw 60 through 65, 6 different champions, all 6 different than what happened in real life. So the only consistent thing you can say about Back to the Future is the real life champions of 1980, which was the Raiders. The Oakland Raiders will almost indefinitely not make the Super Bowl. But 31 other teams, you never know. There's a handoff to Earl Campbell. He survived the first tackle, but didn't get anywhere. 6 carries, only 16 yards, and now it's a 3rd and 18. Stabler drops back to pass. He's waiting, still waiting, and gets sacked. Wow, this is something. All kinds of sacks, all kinds of defense, much different than the opening game, which saw a lot of completed passes for big yardage. So it's good that the games are different, that's for sure. You don't want to watch the same thing over and over and over. Here's a handoff to O.J. Anderson, who runs over a man and then still on his feet, breaks another tackle and gets up near midfield. Big run by Anderson. He's up to 58 yards, so after a slow start, he's really come on here in the second quarter. And we will go to the 2-minute warning with the Cardinals surprising the Oilers so far, 6-0. Hart's gonna fire kind of in between 2 receivers. Not sure which one it was intended to, but it wasn't accurately thrown to either of them. Hart on this time, he puts it on the money. And Hart now 10 of 15. That time he found Doug Marsh again. It's the rookie tight end getting a lot of action. They're excited about him. Hart now on 3rd and 1. Now the handoff to Anderson. Instead, Hart's going to go, and they called deep patterns, needing only 1 yard, and that didn't work out so well as Hart takes the sack. The 11th sack of the first half. My goodness. 6-5 in sacks. 6-0 is the score. There's more sacks than points so far. Can save a fires downfield and completes. Oilers have one more timeout. Stabler drops back again. Fires right into the... I mean, he was double covered. Stabler threw it anyways. Kearney with the interception. And there's some boo birds. So there wasn't... Not everyone was happy that Pastrini left and Ken Stabler came, apparently. You would think you would be happy to get a quarterback at the caliber of Ken Stabler, but perhaps... Oh, Hart's looking deep. He wants it all right now. Going for the kill shot for Pat Tilley. Pat Tilley actually played defense on that and stopped it from being intercepted. Jim Hart again. He's going to roll out a little bit to the right and fire can complete to Mel Gray inside the 40-yard line. Trying to get a little bit closer for another field goal attempt. 2 field goals by O'Donohue has been all the scoring so far. Hart in all kinds of trouble. Down he goes. Anderson. They had Anderson on the right side. Dierdorf is not having any problems. But the left tackle, Collins, is having all sorts of problems. You would think they would either put the tight end or the running back on the other side, but they continue to not do it. And you want to know why certain teams go 5-11 despite having what seems like similar talent levels. That is one way to do it, is to coach like you are inept. So they will punt it. Last play of the first half, just punt it out of bounds, make sure he can't return it. And actually, add to your stats is another great punt. Gets it out of bounds at the 4-yard line. So we're at the half. All defense so far. All defense. 6-0. See, passing yards are close. Rushing yards are completely dominated by the Cardinals. So on one side you have Earl Campbell. On the other side you have the team that's running the ball well. What? Yep. All right. So the Oilers, Ken Stabler threw a couple interceptions. They haven't gotten Earl Campbell going on the ground. But pretty much the worst the offense could play, and yet they start the second half only down by 1 score. Ken Stabler, quick drop. He'll turn. He'll throw to the fullback. And get a gain of 7. There's a pitch out to Earl Campbell. Oh, it looked like he had a nicely blocked hole, but one guy was able to reach out and slow him down, and that actually terminated his run. 3rd and 3. Cardinals up at the line expecting a run. It is a pass, and wide open downfield. Ken Stabler finds Burrow. 0-0, let's just pretend. His first catch of this 1980 season is good for 30-plus yards, and the Oilers, by catching the Cardinals' guessing run, come up with a big play. And now Stabler will throw again to Earl Campbell, so Earl Campbell at least getting some receiving yards. 1 yard. Stabler drops back again. Both backs stay in to protect him, but it still takes too long for anyone to get open, and he takes yet another sack. 13th sack of the game, 6th by the Cardinals. Stabler drops back again. The offensive line having problems. Oh, he had a man, and Stabler threw a wobbly pass out there, and it was incomplete. Well, Stabler has not looked as sharp as he did in a Raiders uniform, here in an Oilers uniform. And the Oilers continue to have to punt. All right, so the Cardinals take over at the 15. Hand off to O.J. Anderson. He gets a couple. Hart drops back. Throws over the middle. That's complete to Tilly. Takes a wicked shot. But does hold on to the ball. A 13-yard gain there. Hand off O.J. Anderson. Another big hit. So the Oilers have decided to take their frustration out from that they feel towards their offense on the Cardinals' offense. But the Cardinals at least holding onto the ball, which is probably the thing they need to do, because the Oilers' offense has not looked capable of putting a drive together yet. So you just can't turn it over. Hart on the day, 13 of 21. And now they're going to switch things up. A lot of motion, trying to confuse the Oilers. Hart gets protection this time and fires complete. Finds his man wide open, and he'll go into the end zone. Gets behind the defense. The rookie tight end, Doug Marsh, having a great debut. It's at least his fourth catch, his first career touchdown. And the Cardinals now starting to stretch this lead out. The Oilers defense could only hold on so long. They came on a blitz, and the Cardinals offensive line finally, after giving up 7 sacks, holds and allows Hart time to find Marsh, beating the defense for a touchdown. And now they'll go for 2, and he'll turn and fire. That's complete, and there's a penalty, though. It's roughing the passer. So that is going to be assessed on the kickoff. So they'll kick off from the 50 and pound this all the way to the back of the end zone. All right, so the Oilers need to wake up, as it is seriously becoming a problem now. Full 2-touchdown, 14-point lead now for the Cardinals. So not only are the teams I'm expecting to win losing, but they're also both from Texas, and they're also both getting beat pretty hard. So it wasn't just a freak last-second upset or anything that happened to the Cowboys. They got beat bad. If you look at the score, I think they got beat by 30 points, and now the Oilers, it's not that bad yet, but it's kind of feels like it, as it's already 14-0. T.T. Wilson on that, sorry, not T.T. Wilson. T. Wilson. It said T.T. because, just for authenticity purposes, Tim Wilson, the jersey, to make it say T. Wilson on the back, then you have to call him T.T. Wilson. So. And after Earl Campbell, he gets past the line finally. That was Earl Campbell's best run of the day. He's only up to 29 yards. That would need much more from him. And it's not too late. I mean, we're only in the third quarter. The Oilers just need to get points on the board here. Can still run the ball. If they get a touchdown this drive, they can definitely still run the ball. Hand off to Campbell. He breaks one tackle and gets his way down to the 39-yard line. Earl Campbell gets going, breaking tackles. This game is not over yet. And they'll give it to him again, and why not? He slams his way down to the 31. And now he's starting to become a presence in this game. Not sure, I guess Bump Phillips wanted to show off his new toy in Ken Stabler, but that didn't work so well. So now you go back to the reason you're regarded as a playoff team in the first place. But it can't be all Earl Campbell. I mean, Stabler's going to have to make some throws, or the defense will just creep all the way up. There's a quick handoff to Wilson. Wilson's been a nice change of pace on the ground, and Stabler will come out. Now he'll throw it to Wilson inside the 10-5. He's fighting. He gets into the end zone. So Stabler hits Wilson on the little wheel route there, and Wilson puts it into the end zone. Nice fight. Nice answer by the Oilers. Just when you thought maybe we were going to have another out-of-control blowout game, Stabler, Campbell, and the Oilers offense responds. There you see he fights off the tackler to get into the end zone. And now, chance to make it a, well, it's already a one-score game, but still. Tony Fritsch puts it through the uprights. Make it And now Jim Hart and the Cardinals come out. They just got a touchdown to make it a 14-point lead, and then the Oilers have responded. So no touchdowns in the first half. Each team has already put a touchdown on the board here in the second half. And we are up to 14-7. So finally more points scored than sacks. There was that Thursday night disaster, 44-10 for Tampa Bay. Not a disaster for Tampa Bay, just a disaster as far as competitiveness net goes. And there in the third quarter, the Chargers and Redskins locked into a close match. O.J. Anderson with a broken tackle. He's up to 82 yards. These two running backs have broken some tackles here today. There's a counter. Oh, the way they reacted, I thought maybe it was a fumble, but it was not a fumble. 2-yard gain. Nice hard hitting from the Oilers. All kinds of guys at the line. Hart needs to probably throw. Nope, they give it to Anderson anyways. No, it's Harrell. Harrell came in to spell Anderson. He gets 1 yard. 3rd and 7. Hart from the shotgun. Steps up, throws across the middle, first down. Nice movement in the pocket from Hart. And Steve has his 3rd catch. O.J. Anderson punishing defenders, gets a gain of 1. And that's the end of the third quarter. So the Cardinals have the lead here in Houston. They've run almost 20 more plays than the Oilers. Starting to tire out that defense for sure. And another score could put this thing away. Hart drops back, steps up, fires deep downfield, and it's incomplete. And there's some motion from the Cardinals. They've done that before. Hart fires, completes the pass up to the 30-yard line. Oh, Melgray. Bailey pushes Melgray back to the ground afterwards. Now, hold on. Hold on. Bailey. Who is that? Number 11? All right. So Bailey is roster filler. Why is he roster filler? I will have to check out what Bailey's doing on there. Although I think maybe the Oilers were one of the teams that had a preseason injury in their secondary. So since the Cardinals keep going 4 receivers shotgun, the dime back is probably roster filler. Wow. Well, if anyone thought that Alvin Mathias should retire on his 34th birthday, they were incorrect, as he is still getting it done, dominating the line of scrimmage. Cardinals refuse to help their right tackle or left tackle, and if they somehow blow this game, that's going to be the primary reason. Earl Campbell breaks 1 tackle, fights his way up across the 30. There's the snake, rolls out, finds Johnson. And, you know, it's been said about Stabler that he gets a little bored if things aren't hard. So Going down 14-0 might be just what he needed, as now we're in the fourth quarter, down by a touchdown. It might be exactly what he wants to feel alive. 10.5 minutes, still plenty of time. You can run, pass, do whatever you want. But Phillips would certainly like a touchdown tying score here. Stabler keeps backing up until he runs out of room and gets sacked. 3rd and 21, took too many yards backwards on that one. And now, I don't know that they have a play that can run 21 yards. They go short, get some of the yards back. Stabler 11 of 17 on the day so far. A ridiculous amount of sacks. So Bell on the return took a little bit of a shot there, but did not fumble. We have not had a fumble yet today, just a few interceptions. Hart now gets some protection. Ooh, tried to do a pretty, that would have been an amazing touch pass and through the eye of a needle there, but came up incomplete. Now I'll go to the sidelines to pick up half of the necessary yardage. Marsh is over 100 yards in his debut. 3rd and 5. Hart waiting, rolls out, fires deep downfield, and knocked away. So the Oiler defense holds and gives Stabler yet another shot to tie this thing up. Decent return by Johnson there, up to the 30. So again, the Oilers, time will tell if you get to continue to see all their games. Of course, the original Sack to the Future lore, you've gotten to see all of the big four, which you'll continue no matter what. We will make sure that you see all the Giants, Cowboys, Bears, and Bills games. The next four in line, which you've seen most, if not all of their games, are these Oilers, the Cleveland Browns, the Denver Broncos, and the Atlanta Falcons, although they just came into existence. So you have seen all of their games since they've been a real team. The team you actually seen more of, the Colts. If I was going to pick, I'm going to present the Atlanta Falcon games over the Colt games because the Falcons, are in the NFC South, where I'm not trying to broadcast anyone else from that division, and the Oilers are already going to be shown, if I can keep up and show all of the original 8. So the original 4 are no doubt they're going to happen. I will try to get as many as the original 8 as possible. It all just depends on time, meaning that if I don't want this to go at such a slow pace that we never get to 1981 or 82 or anything. On the other hand, I do have to create the 81 draft class, and that takes time, so it doesn't need to zip by either. So we will just wait and see how it goes. But the guarantee promised to you is that the Cowboys, Giants, Bears, and Bills will all be presented. Obviously, I would like to make sure the Broncos get in there. Just because of Sack to the Future history. I mean, we opened with the Browns Steelers, so I feel like I gotta try to keep the Browns alive as much as possible. The Falcons are probably the most questionable team. The Oilers have won a Sack to the Future Super Bowl, so feels like kind of need to keep them around too. So we'll see what I can do. We'll try to get all 8. Well, at least, let's say this, we'll at least represent all 8 teams for most of their seasons. The main 4, the primary 4, will be every single game. The other secondary 4, most of their season will be broadcast. Oh, I'm not sure Earl Campbell went down there. They stopped the play. He ended up breaking the tackle, and that's unfortunate for the Oilers. Another give to Campbell, and this time he's tackled at the line. No gain, but now under 4 minutes, I think you got to go for it. They're going to punt, because why would they listen to me? I mean, I guess Earl Campbell didn't pick up on 3rd and 1, so they feel like he won't get on 4th and 1, but they're running out of time here. They do have all their timeouts, and they have done a good job for the most part of handling the Cardinals' offense. But then again, the Cardinals have put a couple drives together. If they put another one that gets a couple first downs here, it's going to be all over. Speaking of putting a drive together to put the game away, the Chargers have just done that to the Redskins, it looks like, now up to an 11-point lead. And just as I said, the Falcons were probably the most suspect of the 8. Their opening game is against the 1980 Philadelphia Eagles, who, of course, in real life, the 80 Eagles made it all the way to the Super Bowl, so that's quite a game to show. What was that? What a play by the Cardinals. A 21-yard run by the wide receiver. That was two receivers, a fake wide receiver screen to the usual suspect, and instead a handoff to the slot receiver. Well-designed play. Caught the Oilers off guard for sure. And now that takes out the 2-minute warning. So it's first down. It looks like the Cardinals want to throw, but if they just run 3 straight times, they take all the timeouts away. Okay, it is a handoff just from the shotgun. So that's timeout number 1 for the Oilers. Cardinals have run 60 plays, 31 on the ground. Nice balanced attack. O.J. Anderson getting closer. Okay, now we're at the point of the game where a first down ends it. So O.J. Anderson likely to get the ball here. If he gets 3 or more yards, it's all over. Oilers bring everyone up, and Hart's going to throw. Oh, the guts it took. But the trust put into Hart by Jim Hanifan, the coach of the Cardinals, pays off as Hart completes the pass. Oilers take their last time out, but they can't stop it anymore. So first they kneel down to get the clock moving, I guess. And then now they will do a real handoff, even though they could just kneel it. Handoff to O.J. Anderson. He does not fumble, so that's okay. 30 carries, 104 yards for Anderson. He was the first 100-yard rusher of the 1980 season. And one more kneel down will do it. So the St. Louis Cardinals come into Houston and take out the defending Final Four team. Houston, oh, are you kidding me? It looks like the Cardinals want to rub it in. They do snap it, kick it, and it is good. Wow. The Cardinals, at the last second, turned a 7-point game to a 10-point game. Not a happy camper is the Oilers coach, Bum Phillips. Let's see. The players are shaking hands. I don't know if this was really 1980 and the Cardinals pulled a last-second field goal to make it a 10-point win, if you would see this friendly of a response. But there you see some stats. The Cardinals very balanced, 134 yards in the air, 131 on the ground. The Oilers not as much rushing yards as you would have liked, but a very defensive game. Much less yards in this one than on Sunday. So we're actually, after 2 games, we're right about the averages that you would want in 1980. Just two very different games. Thanks for tuning in again. Tell me what you're excited most to see in the 1980 season. And if you saw any real life NFL in 1980s, that kind of thing, anything that can make this better, just put the comment down below. But thanks for tuning in, and we will be back sometime within the week with what's next. I think it might be the Bills and Steelers will be the next one that we present. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.